women do not date out of their race enough, and God, please release my sisters from the shackle of only dating black men. I feel like it's time for us to explore our options. It's way more of life to see, way more experiences to have.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as for the title guys, you can see the Dusty of the day is none other than DDG, because we know now that Halle was gathering all the evidence against this monster, now he want to come out here and tell us that as a public we need to mind our business. Isn't it quite interesting that the only reason why we first knew that these two were together in the first place is because this male came out here and he let us know that he was dating the Little Mermaid? Also, when the information first got leaked of Halle potentially being pregnant, isn't it also because this male wanted us to know that he had finally hit the jackpot, that he had finally got his wish of him trying to slow down this beautiful black woman? Because we already know at the time Halle, her career was literally like just taking over. Also, isn't it quite interesting that regardless of him first coming out here and letting us know Halle was dating him, secondly, he also leaked the information about her being pregnant, wasn't him also the one that came out here and say that they were no longer in a relationship? Far as I remember, he was also the one that finally, when Halle came to her senses, he basically came out here and say that they were no longer together. He also came out here and said that Halle was the one that was keeping his son away from him. So all of their entire relationship, we only know what was going on behind the scene. It is because he let us know. But now, magically, that Halle Bailey came out here and let us know that he is indeed a demonic entity. All at the sudden, he want us to now just magically mind our business. Newsflash, Dusty, this is not the way it worked. You wanted us to know everything that was going on with you and the Little Mermaid. So guess what? Now that we do know what is happening with you and Halle Bailey, unfortunately, there has been a kid that has been involved within the whole mix. Guess what, Dust Bucket? We're going to talk about it each and every time. I'm pretty sure you guys have been seeing this male consistently coming out here crashing out. Now, because his cash cow, which we already know ever since Halle unfortunately made the very not smart decision to go out here and get in a relationship with this leash. We know literally every video that he would make when they first got together, he would always manage to put her name within the title. Also, we know that once Halle broke up with him, he also consistently had cameras in their kid face. But now that Halle, after he came out here and he abused her, she basically filed a restraining order. Thankfully, that was granted. But now all of a sudden, you want us to mind our business? Absolutely not.
What's ever going on in my personal life, I don't think it's none of y'all business.
Well, that's too bad because you made it our business. You could have easily handled the situation in a court of law. You could have handled it with Halle, but you decided you were going to bring it to social media. You wanted to bully her publicly, and you weaponized your audience to help you do so. But what you thought was weakness was actually strength, because her biting her tongue was not because she was running scared, but because she was gathering evidence that can and most likely will be used against you in a court of law. Now you're talking about you don't want us to talk about it. You're the one with the restraining order, not us. You're the one that can't talk about Halle and Halo, not us. What if we decide to talk about it as long as you did? You were on stream day in, day out, sun up to sun down. You even made songs about it. I miss my son. Never even giving us all of the facts. You never said the reason why she didn't let you see the son is because you were putting your hands on her. Allegedly. Or because you broke into her house, allegedly. Or because you broke her Ring camera, allegedly. Or because you weren't paying child support, allegedly. As long as she wasn't speaking up for herself publicly, you controlled the narrative. Now that the details of the restraining order have finally been made public, she finally can get her side of the story out. And now you're sad about it, because it was all fun and games where you could say anything that you wanted to and your little victim couldn't fight back. But now here she is striking a legal punch. You know all about punches, don't you? Allegedly. At least that's what the restraining order and a few of your exes have said about you.
So You guys just heard what Shonda had to say. You guys already know how I feel about Shonda. Literally everything, once again, that she said was spot on. And just like she said, now that this male know what it is for him to come out here and also face the public, he's currently going through all of the scrutiny that we know that unfortunately ever since Halle decided to get involved with him, he has been putting her through. This male even made an entire song saying that he had a huge platform and he was using it basically just like Shonda said. He was getting his little brainwash minion to come out here and attack Halle Bailey, but now that Halle has ultimately decided to give him a taste of his own medicine, notice how it's interesting. Male will continuously be coming out here disrespecting, demeaning woman, but once women say enough is enough, woman ultimately give them a taste of that same medicine that have been giving them for the longest of time. Now all at the Sundays dust bucket can't really take it. I love the fact that Halle, just like Shonda said, this male, everything that we know about their relationship, it is because this male provided us with such information. Halle, she was secretly behind the scene collecting all the data that she needed so that she could have currently be in the predicament that she in, which is this male can't come near her nor their son. But now he all at the son want us to mind our business. Dust bucket, absolutely not. We're going to continue to talk about the information that you decided that you was going to volunteer provide for us. You guys know I also had to hop into the comment section. As you guys can see, this first commentator say, the way his fans are literally bullying Halle right now, it's so insane. This one say, may his embarrassment never be forgotten. This one say, Buddy is committed to reading from the abuser playbook, trying to get his PhD. I don't think he's trying to get it. I think he already had that. This one say, now he want privacy. Exactly. This one say, the hypocrisy. DVD is a joke. DVD, I like that one. I may start just using that one. This one say, he made the mistake of thinking Halle would never take it this far because he knows she values her image and privacy, which is why he's been weaponizing the internet knowing she wouldn't respond. But he hilariously underestimated her. And I truly, even though I 100% from the beginning really wasn't sure why Halle decided to stoop this low, but just like that commentator just said, he underestimated her, while meanwhile she was behind the scene collecting all of the data on his very despicable self. This one say, not Mr. I'm bringing everything online to drag Halle wanting to be privacy. Exactly. This one say, that's our relationship, our child, and our restraining order. Exactly. This one says, stalking her, allegedly. And Shonda went on to say, allegedly. I'm not going to say that because there's too much incriminating evidence out here about this demonic entity for me to come out here and try to downplay. No, he's a monster. He took advantage of her. He did every single thing that Halle Bailey said that he did, because once again, when this news first broke the internet, there were a ton of people coming out here saying they needed to see the evidence. You guys think that the judge would have granted Halle Bailey a restraining order had there not been profound evidence against this male? Nonetheless, this one say he brought it to the internet first and now we're the problem? Request denied, sir. Absolutely. This one say, I hate that she even gave him the time of the day. That's exactly what I'm saying. Halle Bailey could have been out here thriving, remaining with the very pristine princess image that he had. She could have been in a relationship with someone that really respected and cherished her, just like her co-star from The Little Mermaid. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have been a single baby mama at this point, but unfortunately, I hope younger Black girl can also use this as a learning experience to know that you don't have to walk down this path. Because imagine, unfortunately, Halle Bailey, now this girl has to deal with this demonic entity for the rest of her life, because we already know people will come out here and say, well, at the age of 18, at the age of 21, you're an adult. That's not the way it works. As long as you guys have kids with these demonic entities that are still on this earth, unfortunately, you will have to deal with them whether you want or not. I don't even understand why Halle even said hello to this male in the first place, but hey, I guess we can't really do anything about that now. All we have to do is move forward. And once again, I'm happy to see that she took matter within her hand. Nonetheless, this one say, I love this for him. Crickets now. Oh, okay. This one say, have you seen him talking to an AI version of her? It's beyond disturbing. You guys do remember I made a video on that when this meal came out here. That was so cringy. I'm pretty sure, just like Shonda said, Hallie, she was just quietly watching this meal just come out here and crash out. I'm pretty sure her and her attorney were gathering all that information. I can assure you guys, all of the self-incriminating stuff that this male himself has came out here on the internet, I can assure you it is partially why Hallie was granted that restraining order. As you guys can see, Shonda responded by saying, I did. I was trying to verify it was real because it was so unbelievably, it was scary. This one said, it's rumored he's losing endorsement. That's why he wants folks to stop talking. He brought all of us to us. He doesn't care about Hallie or Halo. I mean, didn't you guys already know this? Haven't I been telling you guys for the longest of time that unfortunately blackmail, the only reason why they go out here and they seek out black women is when black women are able to put them in different rooms that they on their dusty own, they won't be able to get in. Because if you guys really think about it, this male went and got with Halle Bailey, let's just be honest, because she's Halle Bailey. Notice that none of his true preference that he was with prior to Halle Bailey, such as Ruby Rose, such as I think her name is Kennedy Simone, those girls look identical. Halle is the complete opposite. You guys notice that he didn't win and he didn't baby trap none of his true preference. It is because they couldn't open up the doors that Halle Bailey could have. When he was with those two previous girls, do you guys ever see him at the Met Gala? Did you guys ever saw him at the Oscar? Did you guys ever saw him at any of those other prestigious awards? Absolutely not. And now that Halle is not with him anymore and he himself has managed to damage his own little dusty reputation, we're going to be seeing less and less of this male, and I'm here for it. This one say, he's so typically narcissistic, it's boring. This one says, sir, you brought it to the internet. Halle never said Pete. He decided that the world needed to know. The one time she said about Hallow and the K-stream, woman tore at her. This one says, sir, be on season 3. His lawyer must have said something. This one say, and why didn't his mama speak out when he was talking bad about Halle? I fear the mom is part of the problem. We already know this is also why these men will be out here so disgusting, so disrespectful when it comes to black women. It's because for the most part, we already know their mom. They're also male identified women. The majority of them are pick-me's. The majority of these women are enabler. This is why you will continuously be seeing these men coming out here disrespecting the mom of their kids, and their mom, instead of calling them out on their BS, they would go and support them. This one say, I saw someone say his mom pranked him one time and he got so angry in front of her. So yeah, she know how he gets and she's enables it. I say that all the time. And lastly, guys, as you guys can see here, I want to finalize with this comment. As you guys can see, it says her, still yet to say some after all that huff puff on the media. Once again, guys, this is all that I have to say on this whole predicament. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about the Dusty DDG after he brought literally all of his own personal information on the internet because he wanted us to know that Halle Bailey unfortunately went and stooped to his level. But fast forward now, what do you guys think about him crying out here, asking us to stay out of his business, wanting us to mind our business, now that we already know that he's the demonic entity that we already know that he were to begin with? Nonetheless, guys, what are your thoughts and opinions? Please get in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.
Black women, it's time to hold ourselves accountable because we are reaping what we sowed. We have lied and gassed black men up for centuries, letting them think that they are kings with no kingdoms, letting them think that they are the emperor when they are naked. And now we are dealing with the consequences of those actions. Instead of being honest with black men and requiring them to do better for not only themselves, but the community that they helped create, we have allowed them to tear it apart and then put it back together quietly behind their backs and then still let them get the credit for it.